Greetings, it's Byro here. I hope all my frogs and pollywogs are staying fresh out there. I got a doozy here for you folks. It looks like old Cheeto dust is at it again. Roll it, Johnny.
Ashley Judd, stupid fucking slut.
That pretty much covers it. Thank you for joining us on Galactic Bubble Productions. Nah, I'm just joking.
You can't sue someone for calling them a cunt. If you can't handle the internet, fuck off, whore.
Yeah, what? Huh? You can't sue someone for calling you a cunt. But if you can't handle it, get off the internet. What are you talking about?
I wish Ashley Judd would die a horrible death. She is the absolute worst. Ashley Judd, you're the reason women shouldn't vote. Twisted is such a bad movie, I don't even want to rape it.
Okay, I kinda get it now. You're bringing up mean messages and tweets you've received, but you couldn't find a better example than somebody saying they wouldn't rape your movie? You do realize you can't rape a movie, right? I mean, I guess you could stick your dick through that little hole in the DVD. You know what, Cheeto Dust? You bring up a good point. If you have a friend or a family member fucking your DVDs, please, message Ashley Judd today. Don't wait.
Whatever you do, don't tell Ashley Judd she'll die alone with a dried out vagina. If I had to fuck an older woman, oh my God, I would fuck the shit out of Ashley Judd. That bitch is hot AF.
Oh my God, somebody said they wanted to fuck you and called you hot? I've heard about this. I believe they call it the dark web. Oh yeah, and Ashley Judd, AF stands for as fuck, you idiot.
Online misogyny is a global gender rights tragedy.
No, it's not.
And it is imperative that it ends.
It sounds like this old bird's been eating horse apples from the orchard, and apparently she's been sharing.
Girls and women's voices and our allies' voices are constrained in ways that are personally, economically, professionally, and politically damaged. And when we curb abuse, we will expand freedom.
There's never been a more true statement. Imagine a world with no mean comments, and all we have to do is put laws and systems in the way to achieve this. God, you can almost taste the freedom.
I am a Kentucky basketball fan, so on a fine March day last year, I was doing one of the things I do best. I was cheering for my Wildcats. The daffodils were blooming, but the referees were not blowing the whistle when I was telling them to. Funny, they're very friendly to me before the opening tip, but they really ignore me during the game.
Listen here, referees. When Ashley Judd shows up for a basketball game, you better make sure you give her all your attention. I believe I speak for all basketball fans when I say we only watch the games to see if Ashley Judd is there. Without Ashley Judd, basketball is nothing.
And I have responded to this with various strategies. I've tried engaging people. This one guy was sending me hyper-sexual, nasty stuff, and there was a girl in his avatar, and I wrote him back and said, "Is that your daughter? I feel a lot of fear that you may think about and talk to women this way." And he surprised me by saying, "You know what? You're right. I apologize. Sometimes people want to be held accountable."
Wow. You messaged him back, asked him to stop, and he did? We still can't risk it. I believe that anyone that leaves a mean comment or tweet should get the chair.
This one guy was musing to I don't know who, that maybe I was the definition of a cunt.
On what grounds does he stand? What, because you're a millionaire actress that goes around yelling at people that you're completely disconnected from? Bullshit.
I was married to a Scot for 14 years, so I said, cunt means many different things in different countries. But I'm pretty sure you epitomize the global standard of a dick.
Whew, looks like somebody ate some flamin' hot Cheetos, because this one's spitting fire.
I've tried to rise above it, I've tried to get in the trenches, but mostly I would scroll through these social media platforms with one eye partially closed, trying not to see it, but you can't make a cucumber out of a pickle.
That's it, there's no longer a Memorial Day. It will now be known as AJ Day. Sorry, vets, you just haven't been through the trenches like this one.
On that particular day, for some reason, that particular tweet after the basketball game triggered something called a cyber mob. This vitriolic, global outpouring of the most heinous hate speech, death threats, rape threats. And don't you know, when I was sitting at home alone in my nightgown, I got a phone call, and it was my beloved former husband, and he said on a voicemail, "Loved one, what is happening to you is not okay."
Yeah, I'm sure that you're not blowing this way out of proportion, and sorry to hear about your old husband or whatever, but why did you tell us that you were in a nightgown?
And there was something about him taking a stand for me that night that allowed me to take a stand for myself, and I started to write.
I really thought you were gonna end that with, I called him a pig, told him to never mansplain to me again, and then topped it off with a 3-hour conversation about how he's systematically oppressing women.
I started to write about sharing the fact that I'm a survivor of all forms of sexual abuse, including 3 rapes, and the hate speech I get in response to that. These are just some of the comments posted to news outlets.
How dare they? What would even give them that impression? This has to be the work of a bunch of misogynists trying to minimize rape. Who would do such a thing?
They asked her, are you going to be able to handle Mitch McConnell? And get a load of this devastating quote. She said, I've been raped twice, so I think I could handle Mitch McConnell.
What? That doesn't prove anything. So she forgot one, and she compared rape to dealing with Mitch McConnell. Play a different one, Johnny.
Can you tell the audience what happened to you with the sexual abuse?
When you talked about the thing from 2004, I very much enjoyed my movie making, and there was a part of me, however, that was kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I didn't know what was wrong with me because I look very good on the outside and I'm accomplished and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I had the opportunity to start doing international public health work and to do human rights and social justice work. And I met an orphan named Ukshay Locke who allowed me to nurture her. And it changed my life because I realized I have so much love to give.
That's one hell of a tragic rape story. No, but seriously, she virtue signals for about 10 more minutes and eventually says this.
Where after an older man had molested me, I put headphones on. No, my uncle had headphones on because I knew he couldn't hear me. I practiced saying it out loud because I didn't know what his reaction would be.
Okay, I believe I proved my point. Back to the TED video.
I actually pay someone to scrub my social media feeds.
Wow, poor you. Don't forget you also pay somebody to scrub your floors.
Attempting to spare my brain the daily iterations of the trauma of hate speech.
She goes on for a while here, but the basic message is Ashley Judd shouldn't have to change for the internet should have to change for Ashley Judd. And she would like to censor the shit out of everything. Let's go to another subject that Ashley Judd has no idea about.
Shall we talk about our friends in tech? Said with dignity and respect, the sexism in your workplaces must end. For my friends in tech, profiteering off misogyny in video games must end.
Not bad. I see that you went with the Anita Sarkeesian vintage model. Bold choice.
Tired of hearing you talk to me at cocktail parties like you did a couple weeks ago in Aspen about how deplorable #Gamergate was when you're still making billions of dollars off games that maim and dump women for sport. Basta.
Wow, that's amazing. You were at a cocktail party with one of the creators of Maiming and Dumping Broads, the official sports game? Amazing.
So apparently, I've got a pretty bold voice. So let's talk about our friends. White men.
Oh, this is gonna be dumb.
You have a role to play and a choice to make. You can do something, or you can do nothing. We're cool in this room, but when this goes out, everyone will say, oh my God, she's a reverse racist. We need to grow support lines and help groups so victims can help each other when their lives and finances have been derailed. We must, as individuals, disrupt gender violence as it is happening. 92% of young people 29 and under witness it. 72% of us have witnessed it. We must have the courage and urgency to practice stopping it as it is unfolding. And lastly, believe her. Believe her.
Okay, white guys, you heard what she said. We have to create support groups and support lines, stop gender violence, but most of all, believe her. Believe her. Ashley Judd, you might be the most narcissistic person I've ever seen or heard. Yet, strangely, at the same time, you have no self-awareness. In just this one TED Talk video, you basically took a shit on everybody. You tell everybody how to work, how to act, how to play your games, what games you should be playing. The internet has to be censored because women are too fragile and can't handle mean comments. Minorities are helpless without the white man, and white men are the cause of all of our problems. And to prove how narcissistic you are, this is how you end your speech.
So I'm going to say awesome stuff about myself. I would like for you to reflect it back to me. It might sound something like this. I am a powerful and strong woman, and you would say, yes, you are. Yes, you are. My mama loves me.
Yes, she does.
I did a great job with my talk.
Yes, you did.
I have a right to be here. I'm really cute. God does good work. And I love you. Thank you so much for letting me be of service.
That was super creepy. It's clear that you think the world revolves around Ashley Judd, and if Ashley Judd is experiencing these problems, everybody has to be. I can assure you that all you achieved with this TED Talk, that you are in fact the
Definition of a cunt.
nailed it.